Hello, I'm Larry, and this is Carter's Country. Got Justin Carter with me here today, and we're going to talk about a pistol from Stoeger. You know, it's a company that kind of has made their name for years with a very reliable, rugged line of shotguns. 2 or 3 years ago, Stoeger came out with a STR9 polymer 9mm pistol, like everyone else in the world has done. And they didn't change really the business model they had for their shotgun. Stoeger's model is we're going to make a good, reliable gun, and we're going to make it at a very affordable price, and then we're just going to let word of mouth do the advertising. Yeah. They're not a splash type of operation, and that the same is held true with the pistols. The STR9, I think, came out in 2019, 2018, something like that, into what is honestly a pretty flooded market. You know, it was the full-size 9mm polymer. Everybody's got one, and they came out with that. It has gotten some good reviews. It fits the Stoeger model: rugged, reliable, affordable. And now the STR9c fits that same thing. I think a 3.9-inch barrel, right there at the mid-size, you know, the Glock 19. You can throw in any number of models of pistols that are 4-inch or maybe just a little below 4-inch, double stack 9mm polymers. True to the Stoeger deal, this is the base model. Really no frills, but it's functional, reliable, and extremely affordable.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a great gun. I'm obviously always excited to shoot a gun, so it's going to be exciting to try it out on the range. It's got your standard 13-round magazine.
Right.
Nice visible sights as well. The medium grip is good for all hand sizes and highly functional. And
that grip has some good texture to it. I mean, some people may find it a little bit aggressive, but I think if you're shooting, you know, especially down here in Texas, if you're shooting during the summer, it's going to take about half a second before you're sweating, and so you'll appreciate that rougher texture.
That will help out.
Yeah, it will definitely come into play. It's affordable, functional.
The basic models that just functionally work, that are in a good price point, sell really well.
I think so.
And I think that's the whole point of this gun. It's not gonna, you're not gonna run around and say it's got the latest and the greatest. It's just some basic stuff that works, and overall quality long term, it seems to be stable.
And that's what I like about it. Stoeger they're staying in their lane, you know, with it. They know what they do well, and they're sticking with it. They're not trying to put a bunch of things onto it that most people don't want. You know, a first-time gun buyer that goes out there right now, man, there's so many, and they're great options, and you know, different features and all this. But for the first-time gun owner that's budget-minded, those are things he really doesn't care about. And it's nice, I think it's great that he has an option like this that he can still go to and say, okay, I'm only gonna spend this amount of money, but the things I really need my gun to do, the really baseline things you want from a gun, I'm going to get them.
You're still getting the quality, just with a better price tag. I think they're going to, as we'll see, and as we see right now, there's rebates on it. So it's taking a sub $400 gun, and they're already making ways for it to make it even more affordable.
It's going to be the best buy in its class, I think. When people find out what the price point is on it, I think it's going to be best in class for its price point, going away, not even close.
True.
And I can tell you just a real brief story about my personal experience with Stoeger, not with a pistol. Back in 2005, my son was like maybe his junior year of college, called me up, hey Dad, going on this bird hunt with a bunch of guys, I need a shotgun. Well, rather than send one of my shotguns out on a bird hunt with a bunch of college kids, you know,
yeah.
It's like, why don't I get you your own shotgun here?
Something for you to take care of.
And so I went out, you know, I wanted rugged, reliable, and affordable, and I settled on a Stoeger.
Yeah.
That was in 2005. Fast forward 17 years later, he's, you know, fortunately, thankfully, he's very successful in life, could get any shotgun he wants. Goes on anywhere from 2 to 5 guided bird hunts a year. Still takes the Stoeger.
There you go.
I mean, and I've asked him, you know, I've even kidded him about it. I mean, you know, it's like, look, aren't you the point where you want those fancy over-unders with, you know, all that looks
Something
like a
else.
piece of art or something? He goes, Dad, you know, he goes, it's just, I'm comfortable with it and it works. He goes, I just, you know, that's just my gun. And that to me is the kind of the Stoeger story.
Yeah.
You buy it because of the price point and it's reliable. and then it grows on you, and the next thing you know, it's 15 years later, and it's still your go-to.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what Stoeger can bring to you, and I think that's what they deliver with their products. Buy it, give it a chance, and you're going to realize you got a great deal.
I would 100% agree. So it'll be interesting, like we talked about earlier, to see how it shoots and then go from there.
All right, well, let's do that part.
Sounds like a plan. Do you think you could do a Stoeger ad right here?
Yeah, it'll do so.
That's cool.
As long as our elbows are good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Justin. Well, the STR9c, it delivered what we expected from the Stoeger. It was reliable. I will have to say, in all honesty, I was a little surprised. It felt a little snappy. It was still easy enough to get back on target. It delivered what, for the price and the reputation of Stoeger, it delivered what it's supposed to.
I think it nails it. I mean, I think that there's nothing to complain about it other than just a few, like you said, a little snappy.
A little bit.
The grip on the back for me is a little tough, but as usual, my hands are small and soft.
We got a small hand reference. I felt weird because it's like we're getting towards the end of this video and he hasn't even mentioned his small hands yet. I didn't know if maybe, yeah. So I
didn't realize how soft they were, but now I realize that they are a little soft. If you just said, "Hey, listen, I need a gun for my truck," or like we were talking about, my outfit, my gym bag, or whatever, that fits the bill.
Yeah, if you have reasonable expectations of what you're getting for a gun at this price, it exceeds those expectations.
Absolutely.
Target acquisition was not a problem. It came back down and back on it. So yeah, I mean, when you use a criticism like that, it's
relative.
It's important to know within the context of how you're doing it. If you're using this gun in a carry situation where your life's on the line, you're really not going to care about any of that.
No, not at all.
And it actually may help in that situation. True. Well, I hope you enjoyed the look at the Stoeger STR9c. This gun is going to have a rebate with it. It's got a really incredible price point. Definitely one worth the look.
Absolutely.
So come on down, take a look at it, and remember, if you've ever shopped, shot, or hunted with us, you're already part of the Carter's Country family. Till next time, adios.